Hi guys, I am now 1 week post-surgery for my hair and eyebrow transplant, and I've just got out of the loveliest shower. Now I love my showers super burning hot, steaming up the room and just soaking under the water. So for me to take a warm shower rather than hot or cold, that's something that I've had to adjust to. Certainly to be mindful to turn the temperature down to more room temperature, skin temperature, and also to lower the shower head so that it's closer to me, and to turn the pressure down low. So it's more of a gentle trickle rather than a hot blast of steam and heat that I'm used to. So yes, having had my shower on day 7, this is my first big review moment, and I have sent my photos into the clinic to be checked and been given the all clear that all of my healing is going as it should be, and I'm feeling really good. As you can see, I still have some bruising around the eyes and a mild bit of swelling left, but this is really minimizing day by day as I rest and sleep at night. So my eyes now, I'm chasing this reddy purple colour away, as the top half of my head is like a Simpson. It's quite yellowy green, has travelled down the temples here and down to the cheeks, as well as all over the forehead. The scabs from taking a shower do go a lighter, whiter colour, almost as if they're dissolving, and then they dry out and harden up again as the hair area dries. Being careful as always not to rub the head at all, just to gently pat the product on, leave it to soak with the hair foam and shampoo, and then allowing a gentle close water to trickle, not from a height where it will damage the follicles or cause trauma. Hearing back from the clinic, I did have a few questions. I think I have asked probably a million questions so far, so having a few more questions as I go along. Let's just come and have a little look. This is my hair directly after the shower, so the eyebrows, as you can see, it's just the very middle of the eyebrows and the top there, which will dry out and look slightly darker as the day goes on when the whiteness shifts from them drying. So the first question that I had for the clinic today is that when I look down or tilt my head forward, I feel a pressure around the eyes and forehead area. It kind of builds and you have to look back up again. When I'm standing and cooking, looking down, packing lunches for the children for school, even working at a computer, you want to be lower than what you're doing so that your head is really kept at a 90-degree angle. This really does help to relieve the pressure. My question was, how long will the pressure last whilst I look down? When will that go? And it's around 1 to 2 weeks post-surgery. So it's important to try to avoid and minimize any unnecessary bending or looking down whilst you're recovering. My next question is, when can I put makeup on? As I've actually not worn makeup for a week now, through personal choice, because it's nice to hide away and let my skin just relax and breathe as I'm recovering at home anyway. So I can wear makeup now, but not to the areas where there are the incisions. So under my eyes, on my cheeks and face are absolutely fine, avoiding the eyebrows and the hairline. You want to avoid this area with makeup and fake tan for 4 to 6 weeks, which is the healing process for a wound. So whilst I could fake tan the rest of my face, I would have to leave a border around the edges of the grafts, and that's not something I would want to do. So I won't use fake tan for 6 weeks. And I can wear makeup around the eyes and my cheeks and my lips and my face, avoiding and not needing anymore to use any makeup in the eyebrows, no eyebrow pencils, as I have new brows. I just haven't gone out to wear it, and when I do go outside, because I can't wear a hat yet because of the pressure and friction or tightness of wearing a hat, I've been using a loose silk scarf that I place on the forehead, tie loosely to the back, and dark sunglasses to be able to cover the bruising around my eyes so I can go and do my shopping and the school run with the children. Tomorrow I will wear my makeup on the school run, I will wear normal hats and no longer look like I've been injured or hiding away to cover up. I'll look more fashionable and normal in that sense. My other question was, when do I remove the scabs? Now the scabs have to be taken off by yourself from the 8th hair wash onwards. This is 1 week past your surgery. So the day of your surgery, the following day in the clinic, you have a hair wash. The day after that, you have a hair wash, that's wash 2. And then you have 6 more washes at home. That's a hair wash every single day for 6 days. So by day 8 post-surgery, that's when you can start to gently use your fingertips in the shower to massage the scabs once they've softened off. Now, the reason for doing this is that you want the scabs to release so that it doesn't prevent the follicle from growing. So you want them to be able to take so that your hair does not come out for the first week, and then also to then allow the hair to grow properly without being restricted. So this will take 2 or 3 days of gentle light massaging in the shower during my hair wash to be able to lift the scabs off. And by around day 10, day 11, I will be scab free. The thought of touching my scabs is slightly oof, as it's something that I have so very carefully avoided up until now. So to directly touch that area does seem alien. I don't know if I'm mentally prepared for that today, but I will psych myself up for it tomorrow. This area of my head where the grafts have been transplanted is still quite numb to the touch, so it won't be painful to do that. It's more so the thought of touching something that is healing, the kind of gross factor of it, but it's definitely a part of the process. And from the pictures that I sent in today, even with my bruising, I have been reassured and confirmed that this level of bruising and swelling is perfectly normal. I can apply ice packs to my face, avoiding the grafted areas, and also drink plenty of water to help flush that fluid away and recover as quickly as possible. As of tomorrow, I can sleep without using my neck pillow, so I can lay on my sides and sleep as I normally would. Again, am I mentally and emotionally prepared for this? I'm not sure. I'm still very much in cautious protective mode. And touching the back of my head now, moving my hair around, is completely comfortable for me. This is my donor area where the hair was taken from, so it can't be damaged in the way that a follicle could that's been transplanted. But that's the area, the donor areas, where I'd have that tingling, creepy sensation of the head tightening from the scabbing. So to be able to gently, just very ever so lightly, dust the surface of the skin with your fingers, it really helped to relieve that tension and make it much more comfortable. I've also got my sleeping pattern into a nice routine now, where I'm getting around 5 to 6 hours sleep a night as opposed to my normal 8. I find that when I go to bed, I take some pain relief, and then around 3 hours later, I wake up in the night. I try to drink water, massage the back of my scalp, and close my eyes and relax and meditate to get back to sleep, but found that trying to do this was quite a delayed response to returning to sleep, waking up in the middle of the night when I wouldn't normally have woken to that extent. It would be a small wake up, go to the toilet, go back to sleep again. Whereas this is a maintained staying alert and awake because of the feeling of sensation in the back of the scalp. So now I've got into the routine of actually taking another pain relief tablet, so 2 before bed, waking up after around 3 hours in the 1, 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, then taking 1 pain relief tablet, which is past the 4-hour mark for pain relief, and then taking a half dose of pain relief, which keeps me going until around 6 a.m. in the morning. So I am almost at around 70-75% of my normal sleep amount. So I'm not as tired as I was post-surgery, and I am definitely feeling a lot more human as the days go on. So I asked for your questions on social media if you had anything that you would like to know about my surgery, and I will answer some of those now, as well as in my blog, so remember to check there throughout this journey as I share my process and progress throughout at tracykiss.com. Somebody asked me how old I am. I'm 35 years old. I had my 35th birthday in October and my surgery in November, waiting to celebrate that turning of the year, have my birthday cake, and then to have my surgery and recover over the winter. When did you decide you needed to get a hair transplant? It was actually after having my second child that my hair really took a drastic turn for thinning and receding, and that was at the age of 25. I have Hungarian heritage, so the males in my family all lost their hair to be completely bald by the age of 21, 25 and 30 at the very latest, clawing onto those final hairs. So for me as a female, to have an exposed scalp and receding hairline, to have gone from 25 to 35, experiencing this hair loss, it has been a slow and gradual transition of deterioration of my hair that I have really clung on to until the point now where it became so big for me that I really wanted to do something about it. At the time, it wasn't an available surgery for women. The process and procedure is slightly different to how men's hair is dealt with, so it wasn't something that was offered to us as a solution. And especially having thinning hair, it was recommended that I have PRP injections, derma roller treatments, vitamin injections, taking hair supplements and vitamins, and lots of other treatments which I did pursue across those years up until having my surgery now. It's just the most amazing experience, and the team have been so incredible. They've been so helpful. They are always there at the end of the phone for me, and likewise on social media to share my progress and for them to give their feedback. It just feels like such a friendship and kindness. You don't feel like you're just a cattle that's ushered in, treated and then kicked out the door to make way for the next person. You know, they really do treat you like an individual and achieve results that are so individual for you, because what I'm able to achieve may be different to somebody else. And you really get that personal touch. That's what makes all of the difference. To feel like a human and to have that level of understanding and sympathy that you have come to them for something that you feel perhaps insecure about or has been a struggle and is difficult and vulnerable to speak about and share, to be treated with kindness and respect and given the patience and understanding. It's so important, and it really does come across in their work that they care about people, they change lives, and they are proud to do so. Somebody said, why did you need a hair transplant? This is a cosmetic procedure. This is definitely a choice, and it's a life choice that we all can make. It's not a life or death situation like an illness, but it's something that would change your life completely. And for me, it was something that seeing the sides of my hair recede, having my scalp visible, 35, I feel like I'm in the prime of my life. And losing hair felt like a premature aging to me. It made me feel insecure about my hairline. I wanted to disguise it and cover it, and I'd sought so many non-surgical solutions to improve the quality of my hair and retain the hair that I had, but ultimately life, age got in the way and continued to deteriorate my natural hair. So for me, no, I didn't need it, but yes, I wholeheartedly wanted it, and I am so thankful that I had it. I wish I could have done this 10 years ago at the age of 25 when the problem first began for me. But I'm so grateful to have done it this week, to have done it today, and to be onto my healing journey, to recover and enjoy the rest of my life. And it's down to the individual whether you have hair or not. It does not define your beauty, your worth, and yourself as a person, but it does really make a difference to your self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-image, to be able to look the way that you choose to look, especially when you've lost hair. To know that you used to have it and it was taken from you without your consent, against your wishes. That's a really big thing to go through for me personally. I can't speak for every woman or for every person who suffers hair loss, but to have it and have it taken away, it really impacted on how I felt about my hair. The next question is, how was the plane ride home after your surgery? So I flew home 2 days after my surgery, which is very quick. Indeed, you can stay longer and relax and enjoy the countryside. Istanbul is beautiful. You can turn it into a holiday or go sooner and later after the surgery to make it a longer process. I went for 4 days in total, flew on the first day, surgery on the second, recovered on the third, and flew home on the fourth. So it was just a long weekend for me because My work is so full on. I have so many commitments and I have children at home and I'm a single parent. So with that weight of responsibility, I attended for the shortest duration possible, which was 4 days. And that was plenty of time to see my surgeon, have 2 checkups, 2 hair washes, and also a day to relax and unwind at the hotel, as well as sightseeing and going for dinners and lots of lovely things. So you really can fit it into a long weekend if you're conscious of how many holidays you have available for work. The plane journey home was absolutely fine. I had a neck pillow. I managed to sleep because it was a 4-hour flight from Turkey because of the anaesthetic still sort of being there, the sedatives from the day before or so. I did take a pain relief tablet to fly home, had a nap, watched a film, and then we touched down. However, the pressure from the cabin by the following morning, my head had swollen. Swelling does come out between days 2 to 4. It will then present itself, swelling and bruising. So I woke up looking like a puffer fish, which I was completely expecting anyway. I wasn't swollen in Turkey to that extent, but as soon as I touched down in England, I almost started to puff. The pressure on the cabin, you know, when your ears pop when you're on a plane and you just swallow or yawn to pop that, it wasn't a painful pressure. I didn't notice it any more so than any other time that I've flown, and I have flown for surgery quite a few times now. So it wasn't painful or uncomfortable in any way. It really didn't impact on how I felt during the flight. But obviously by the time I came home, that was 3 days post-surgery, and the swelling and bruising really did come out. Now my swelling and bruising may look a bit more so than how men have their treatments because they're able to wear the hairband. That compression band helps to reduce the swelling and bruising, which I couldn't have because of the grafts to my temples here, which would have rubbed and caused friction. So my swelling and bruising was the most that it could possibly be. But reassuringly, from checking back with my surgeon and seeing my pictures, has confirmed and reassured me that my level of swelling and bruising is absolutely fine. It's nothing to be concerned with. The next question is, sending love and a quick recovery, thank you. And after how long are you allowed to cover your hair? Some people in the clinic were actually wearing hats, like fishermen's hats, which had the clinic's name on them, that they were wearing shortly after their surgery. And it depends on how many grafts you have to what areas as to which headwear is suitable for you. As some people just have the very top, some people just do the very front, some people do all over. It really varies by the individual, so it's important to check with your surgeon what is suitable for you. Because I had a large area of grafts taken from the back, quite a big square, because I only have single follicles of hair, a bigger area had to be harvested. I personally don't like anything touching the back of my head. You can wear a loose fitting hat after 7 days, but I actually prefer to wear a silky scarf that literally just sits over the head and has no tension at all, no elastic, no rigidness. It's just soft and weightless. So I have felt a lot more comfortable even tying my hair up and then just wrapping a silk scarf loosely over it to sit over the top. You can wear beanies, trapper hats, headbands, all of these things when your surgeon says that it's safe to do so. I will be able to wear this as of day 8 tomorrow, but I will probably still continue to have my hair completely uncovered at home and potentially wear just a silk scarf outside for the school run and food shopping as I work from home, so it's not really a problem for me. And you can have scarves in lots of different colours. They are quite fashionable. When I feel comfortable, as I have quite a sensitive scalp anyway, this is something that I didn't speak about too much prior to the surgery, but was a concern for me. I have sensitive skin naturally. My face always used to go very red, and this skin from rosacea on my face, from reacting, having pale Irish Hungarian skin, everything kind of irritates me and makes me feel uncomfortable, but also on my scalp. So I'm careful about the shampoos that I use, the natural ingredients, to make sure that I don't react to things. Even when I go to a hairdresser and they brush my hair or colour my hair, It feels so uncomfortable to me for having a sensitive scalp. And when they brush my hair, my eyes stream with water. I literally cry at the hairdressers every time without fail. As a child, I would refuse to have my hair brushed by anybody. If I do it myself, it feels fine. As soon as somebody touches my hair, I'm like, oh God, no, I'll do it. So having hair transplant surgery really was a major step for me, and therefore me then being able to cover my surgical area with a hat or a dressing, I think will be a very big step also. So whilst other people were wearing hats very shortly after their surgery, far before I could, my own personal journey, I think I will delay that because I know my scalp is naturally sensitive. But do check with your surgeon, do check at every checkup, send photos, ask questions, never feel like you are a burden for wanting more information. It's really important to make sure that you go through every single scenario, every single query and question and concern that you have, because you would not want to cause damage. I know by week 2, they say that you can wear work hats, hard hats, even on a building site, construction. So in my head, I think I've personally given myself that 2-week window before I attempt to wear firmer headwear such as elasticated beanies and baseball caps and things. I think that's where I would feel comfortable, knowing that 2-week mark, the grafts are in place, and hopefully I'll psych myself up to face that with a sensitive scalp. So I will continue to share my progress and my journey with you. Obviously, the next big step for me is to remove these scabs. Ooh, I am slightly apprehensive, but enthusiastic at the same time. I want them gone, but the thought of touching them, we will see. I will continue to update my blog and answer your questions and comments if you leave them in the comment box below. I hope that sharing this, looking like this, showing you exactly what is involved is actually giving you an insight into the reality of hair transplant and eyebrow transplant surgeries. It's something that has been life-changing for me, and I hope will help and inspire people to do things that are life-changing for them. You do not need to change your natural self in any way to be happy. You can remain precisely the way that you were born your whole life and lead a healthy, happy, fulfilling life. I'm not saying that you have to have perfect hair to feel beautiful, but if it's something that you want, do it for yourself, not to please others. Do what makes you happy as an individual. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to showing you the next stage of my recovery.